Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Doc and Lefty. This is Doc. Lefty is out working, trying to earn some money, pay some bills. It's always a good thing when you're earning money, paying bills. Isn't that right, Maddie? I'm going to tell you, I'm happy to have Maddie as our producer. Things are usually smooth. Things are usually good. Plus, she's pleasant all the time. And the truth is I loved our last producer, Ryan. And I was really kind of nervous. I thought, boy, this is Maddie, and she produces Ed Fallon, which immediately gives you the creeps. And the bottom line is she's done a great job. It makes her a saint, is what she said. I would agree. Did you have to bail him out, or no? No, he bailed himself? Somebody else? I can't believe. I would have sat there and said, if you're not dumb enough to leave the Capitol when they tell you, you probably ought to sit there for a while and think about that. Right? Yeah, there you go. We're going to get back a little bit more about the Joni Ernst roast and ride. 3 points. One, it was professionally done, not a hitch. This is the first time they ever did it. Smooth. That is the kind of person you want as your senator. A person that can organize people and get things done. Two, how accessible the Republicans are compared to, Lottery Hillary. Three, how young her troops are. I mean, I'm sure that's how she views them. These people really got it done. And they're really providing a lot of energy to the system. Now, Rick Perry landed Sam Clovis, and that's a giant leap. He also landed a guy named Dane Nielsen. And if you don't know Dane, you should. You should look him up on Facebook. Dane, and then Nielsen is N-A-A-L-S-O-N. And Dane is, he's not a high-end power broker. I don't even think kid's 26 yet. But he has a fantastic following. People love him. And he's Rick Perry's county co-chair. That's the first big hit that he landed. And I'm going to tell you, he is putting together some impressive people across the nation. His campaign is much better organized than it was the last time around. I think he learned a lot of lessons. And in my book, and this is just a suspicion, I think George Bush is helping him. I don't think George Bush helped him as much last time, but I think the Bush people are a little bit behind him. Now, I say that's just a guess because Jeb's running, okay? Jeb's running for president, and that could be a problem, right? But anyway, that's my suspicion because Rick Perry is organized, and he's landing some big people. The person I think is next well organized is Governor Walker. He's landing some big people right and left as well. Brad Zahn's nobody to sniff at. He's got a lot of people here on his side. And I actually think that the governor is supporting him, at least in part. I mean, the governor really doesn't come out and try to participate. But, the bottom line is they know each other and they're on very friendly terms. Mike Huckabee, he's got Bob Vanderplaats, right? Nobody organizes better than him. You got to give the guy that. So Mike Huckabee is putting together a good campaign. Everybody else, they're talking well, but they're not really putting together a campaign. Ben Carson's campaign kind of self-destructed this last year, or this last couple of weeks. He had 4 of his major campaign people leave. The other thing is apparently he has 3 super PACs, and they're not targeting different people from each other. They're targeting exactly the same ones. So his super PACs are competing for money. That's a terrible thing. So when you have your national director, your national finance director, your national organizational director all leave, plus another director, all in a week, to go to start a different PAC, super PAC, when you already have 2, just spells that he can't organize. Doctors, and this is the truth. You ask any doctor can't organize himself. None of us can. It's just a trait. That's why we have nurses. And the better your nurse, the better your doc. That's all there is to it. So I think he's going to be struggling with that. Carly Fiorina. Don't get me wrong. I think she's got at least the business credentials to understand what the issues are, but she's not very well organized either. And I think that suffers. Donald Trump, I mean, he might announce, he might not announce, he wasn't there, but it's the same thing for him. And then Lindsey Graham, he's a senator from the South. Lindsey Graham, I like him. but he is completely unorganized. He didn't. It was really struggle. You could see when he showed up that it was a real struggle for him. So that's my take on the Joni Ernst stuff. You have my webpage up. What's my next topic? So, the MERS thing. We're going to take an early. Let me talk a little bit about Hillary. Hillary's organized, but she's not getting any traction. The problem with her is the same problem last time around. And it's the same problem that the Democrats faced in the midterm elections. Her numbers are in the mid-40s, right, among her own constituents. And they're not rising. They should be rising by now. Somebody should be doing something, but they're really not rising. She's facing a strong challenge, not in numbers, but in philosophy from Bernie Sanders. There's a lot of people who supported Hillary before that are now supporting Bernie Sanders. I've talked to several of them. They're on my Facebook page. One of them is Dr. Drake. And, well, why support Hillary before, not now? Well, because Bernie Sanders represents my views much more than Hillary does. The same with Lefty, right? Lefty's a commie, right? He calls it collectivism. It's the same thing. David Drake, I suspect he's a commie. It's the same thing. And these people are going, well, hold on. Bernie wants to take money from all people and evenly distribute it to everyone so that we're all equal. And some of us are going to be more equal than others, but it's still all going to be equal. I mean, that's really what he's preaching. Don't get me wrong. There are times I agree with him. Like, bankers that violate the law should be in jail. I agree with that. I think people that violate the law should be in jail. But, they got billions of dollars and they can buy their way out, right? Unlike Iceland, where if you screw it up over there, you go to jail. So, there's a compare and contrast. We're going to talk about the MERS epidemic when we get back. It's MERS. It's a bird flu. It's a type of, I can't remember what kind of bug it is, but it's a nasty bug. We're going to compare the MERS response to the Ebola response. And we'll be back right after the break to talk about that.